Live again, and apologies for the technical difficulties, but nobody said it was going to be easy. We knew we were in for a tough job here, so we're back live again, and hopefully our feed can stay stable. What's just happened is that our Wi-Fi signal got dropped. We've just called ITS Computers back in Cape Town. They're flying us a new modem and a new device here so that we can have power signal for tomorrow's weigh-in and our live presentations tomorrow morning. And I cut that Mercury and USA Pro Staff interview a little bit short, so what I'm going to do is stop talking and let's see if we can finish that Mercury interview.
To us.
So maybe I'm pushing a little bit here, but have you guys discussed tactics at all? Any specific plan that you got? I'm sure you got a lot of info from Lionel.
We have, you know, I think the big deal out here is a lot of mojo rigging, and everybody, he's told us a lot about how their fish are caught out here, so we've discussed it. We're trying to, we got to go out and figure out how we're going to catch them. We like to fish the way, you know, a bass is, hopefully the bass is the same in South Africa as it is all over the United States, and we like to figure out how we want to catch them. So we'll figure it out in a couple of days, I hope.
Well, thank you guys very much for your time. I wish you all the best for the week. I'm sure this won't be the last time we talk. I think the next time we'll see you is when we're on that stage, and hopefully you guys are bringing in good fish. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. Okay, so here we are with our... Okay, so we're back live again, and I hope you enjoyed that interview with 3 members of the Team USA and big names out here, which is really, really interesting and exciting for bass fishing in South Africa. So far, what's happened is this. Practice day 1 has concluded. We had 3 blunders on the water, so 3 boats going down, as I mentioned earlier on, and thanks to the South African skippers for getting those boats sorted out. Guys filing in from Johannesburg, bringing new rigs and getting the anglers straight back on the water for them to finish up their practice day. Now, I haven't had an opportunity to speak to many of the anglers about how the day went. There was a lot of smiles on the docks. It's very interesting is that we've had to sign non-disclosure agreements that we don't put out any information on the anglers and what they're up to this week on the Vaal. However, I can tell you this. As the week progresses, we will unload more and more of that information. So much like you see in the Bass Masters, not everything is shown on day 1 or 2, but come day 3, we roll out and we give you all the tips and secrets. Now, to slow it back down and come to the event itself, I've had a lot of questions online, and thank you everybody for your comments. If you're not sure where to watch these videos, first of all, there's going to be 3 places. Number 1 is YouTube. The YouTube account is called Just Fishing. That's my YouTube page. From there, we're linking from YouTube straight onto waymasters.net. If you're not familiar with waymasters.net, we use it a lot down here in South Africa. It's a program that's been developed by a gentleman by the name of Johan Landman, and he's developed software that links directly to the scales here and gives you live updates. What's being weighed. It'll give you the standings of each and every team, as well as the individual boat pairings and all the information on each and every angler. So a fantastic portal. Not only that, I just received a message about 5 minutes ago from Johan, and he's told me that he's managed to translate waymasters.net into all 13 languages. So if you're tuning in from Germany and you're not familiar with reading English language, just click on up top there, change the language to German, and off you go. You can watch us live
in the top side of the screen, as well as see all standings and positions from the previous days and all the stats down below. So I'm super excited. I got so much to talk about. I don't know where to begin and I don't know where to end. But right now I'm going to ask Daniel from the Team Croatia. He's a friend of mine. We met a long time ago. Daniel, how are you doing?
Hello.
Welcome here.
Hi.
Welcome to South Africa. It's so good to see you again. And I know that you've taken a lot of your time. From now, you should be prepping your boats, you should be getting ready for the event, but you stayed behind and you went through the teething problems that we had with our live stream. So first off, thank you very much. You're an absolute champion, and I'm sure the people from Croatia are happy to hear from you.
Yeah, of course. Look, it's really not a problem for me because just your work here with trying to get all these live updates just shows how much South Africa and your federation and all you people I know just put into this championship. So we from Croatia, it's a long ways from here. We're not a big bass fishing nation. We can talk about that later, but we just knew from meeting you at Volcena Lake at World Championship in 2015, we just knew South Africa will do an amazing job with this event. So and from what we saw now, it will definitely be the next level in all the World Championships we've had so far. So we're really glad to participate and try to make this event as as better as we can.
Well, thank you. You're very kind for those kind words. And when we talk about the event, I think from a Saba level, we're really trying to elevate the spectator part of the sport. Traditionally, we don't really have a platform that we work with. Yes, we have Super Sport, one of our DSTV channels that would air programs, but it's more delayed, it's more edited, it's not live, it's not to the point at this moment. So with that note, for the spectators, what can you see if you come down here and visit us at the Vaal River? Well, first of all, entry is free. So a lot of guys posting up there, how much does it cost to be at this event? The event is free. You can enter the casino gates, come down to the river of the Emerald Casino. Entry is free for everybody. As well as we will have jumping castles, we will have casting kids competition. If you want to just come down here, perhaps meet Scott Martin, any one of those pros, maybe even meet Daniel. He's one of the Croatia's best anglers, and
maybe even Daniel wants to meet Scott Martin. Who knows?
Yeah, and I mean it's great to have Team USA, and I don't want to focus too much on that, but I do want to focus on that because I think in past history that of world champs that you fished at, we haven't seen Team USA. So I think the amount of countries that we have in this event is 13. If I'm not mistaken, it's the most that we've had in the World Championships to date, and that's just for us in South Africa, it's absolutely fantastic.
Well, I think that just proves how much other countries respect you as a country, because I've been following these World Championships for the past few years, and I've just seen how much South Africa puts into bass fishing, and your results just show for it. So it's no wonder that so many countries come, although it's a long ways for a lot of countries, but they've just come. I'm sure many of them just came because they just out of the respect and just to show how much you put in the bass fishing, and in a way to reward it by showing up here. So I know from my perspective, from the Croatia team, for sure one of the big factors was to support you, because we saw how much you put up into bass fishing.
Thank you very much again, Daniel. And yes, we are trying our best here. So if you guys have any questions, I know it's difficult. Again, I'll repeat those links of where we will have live coverage. First of all, the Just Fishing YouTube page is the first place to look at. The reason why we're going through the YouTube link is because we can link it to waymasters.net, where you can see both the live video streaming as well as the updated points, and as well as the 13th Black Bass World Championships Facebook page. So it's those three platforms that we'll have there. And we do have the facilities as well for you guys to post your questions, your views, your comments, like it, share it. The more comments and the more questions that you guys have, the more we can interact and participate and answer those questions for you. Yes, we will bring you as much coverage from the international teams as possible. However, I can't push them too much because they have a job to do. I mean, you're a nice guy, Daniel. You've taken your time to be here, but these guys really have a job to do. It's business from day one, practice day. The guys are out there on the water early. They're ready to rock and roll. first off, without digressing too much, how was Croatia's practice day?
Well, from what I hear by speaking to other anglers and but just watching their body language, it wasn't like really furious. But the river is really nice. It has some really big fish in the river. We saw some, but yeah, it will take us. We need for surely another day to dial in on the patterns. But yeah, the big fish are here. Well, they're not easy to catch, but it's World Championship. It's not supposed to be easy.
Yep.
So it will just show which teams have adapted to these conditions. And we'll just see when the competitions, when the fish hit the scales, who did the best job at practicing.
Yep, that's absolutely correct. And when we talk about hitting the scales, let me give you a little brief update on what the live coverage schedule will be. So 6 o'clock until 8 o'clock every morning, beginning on Thursday morning, tournament day 1, we will have live coverage from the takeoff down here, and hopefully get to interview as many pros as we can out on the water and bring you the coverage that you deserve. That's 6 to 8. Thursday, Friday and Saturday, as well as live coverage for the full duration of the weigh-ins. So every boat will roll in here on our beautiful new stage, which we will show you a little bit later, perhaps tomorrow, and we'll get them up on stage, we'll interview the guys, ask them a few questions, and roll all 49 or 39 boats into the stage. So that's what you got to look forward to. It really is becoming very late. We've got a few minutes to get packed up here, up to the opening ceremony. Again, Daniel, thank you for taking the time to be with us, and thank you to all the anglers and skippers that are out on the water today, staying safe, and everybody for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Don't forget to share it, like it, comment, give us your questions, and we will do the best to answer. So until tomorrow, intermittently sometime throughout the day, I'll post the times up. We'll check you then. Thanks for watching.